So let me show you an input on which this code actually works. But when we trace through it on Python Tutor, you might see something slightly unexpected. And this is a hint about where the mistake is. Instead of trying this on 2, 3, 4, which we sort of mentally traced as part of the lecture, let me try it on a negative number. Let me try it on, let's say, minus 37. Now, minus 37 has 2 digits, and this function will return 2. So this is not a counterexample. But let's trace it and see what happens. So I'm going to be using the default visualization, which you will see when I click on Next. I am now jumping forward to line 12, where I'm ready to call the function with the argument minus 37. When I click on Next, I jump from the global frame to num digits, and this is the default visualization rather than showing the arrow that that the parameter n is initialized to the value minus 37. Okay, so I'm ready to go into this recursive function. Remember, this is just a doc string, so when I click on Next, I will jump immediately to the base case. Now I ask the question, is minus 37 in the range minus 9 to 9? Well, of course it is not. So I am going to jump to line 10. So I'm going to move my red arrow down here, and now I have to make a recursive call to n floor division 10. So when this recursive call happens, it will produce an answer, and then whatever that answer is, I will add 1 to that. So let me click on Next and observe what happens. Minus 37 floor division 10 is minus 4. Were you expecting that? Let's make sure we understand. Minus 37 regular divided by 10 is minus 3.7. Floor division rounds down towards negative infinity. So minus 3.7 is converted to the integer minus 4. Now you may have been expecting the answer to be minus 3, but now we know the answer is minus 4. That's not a problem in this case, because when we calculate num digits of minus 4, of course we go into the base case and we say minus 4 has 1 digit. We would have said the same with minus 3, but here is an opportunity for an error. Anyway, let's continue this trace. This returns the value 1, and that 1 is added here once this function returns. When we click on Next, we're back in the previous instance of num digits, where we add 1 plus whatever we returned, so that's 2. We're ready to return 2, which is the correct answer. So when we finally click on Next, we will have printed 2. So what is the counterexample? Use this as a hint and then go to CodeCheck and try and see if you can find an input on which this code fails.